Well, it's not been easy. You guys are welcome to the channel. You know, normally this is not my routine. I'm not the kind of person that like waking up this early. This is almost 5 o'clock in the morning, just a few minutes past 5 a.m. I had to wake up and start my day very early. And this is for a very particular reason that I'm going out this early. Usually I like to stay home, wait for the day to be like maybe 9, 10 before I leave the house. But I'll get to why my daily routine has changed, why I set out so early lately. Of course, there's nothing in life that doesn't have its own challenges. But when challenges come, we just have to face it and create a pattern to adapt, a pattern to survive. That's why we are humans. So in today's video, I'll be sharing my full day, my full day of driving from the very first minute I step out of the house to all the challenges I face, driving in Lagos. So I want you guys to enjoy the clip, and I believe you learn one or two things as I'll be sharing why I drive with more than one app lately. I drive with more than one app on, trying to maximize my earning from two apps. You never know where this opportunity will come from, because lately surge is almost a thing of the past. I'm not surprised. It's the season. And at the end of the video, I'll be reviewing exactly how much I made for the day. Although I was not able to drive full day because of some very cool challenge. However, I was able to still make something a bit reasonable despite the challenges I faced. If I don't take light. Well, welcome to Nigeria. $11 trips. So usually in the morning, I usually check the campaign. For this particular day, I was given a campaign of 2,000 naira after 11 trips and 8 hours online. And my goal is usually to chase that campaign till I make that extra cash. Like I said, surge is becoming a thing of the past. Well, it's the season. The serious economic crisis everywhere in the world. The price of petrol has hiked. Electricity currently in Nigeria is nothing to write home about. Yeah, my first few requests came in, although the distance was not encouraging, over 5.4 kilometers pickup. So I ignored this trip. The unfortunate thing is, regardless of the challenges for picking up, the activity score is still dropped. Regardless of how far the pickup is, I wonder why Bolt is not putting this into consideration. Sometimes they do, but sometimes they don't. So my activity score dropped to 79%, which is very heartbreaking. I had to go back offline because I got a call from somebody within my neighborhood. Although the man met me the previous day, so he called me that morning to remind me that I was supposed to pick him up, to take him somewhere. His mom, to take his mom. I'm supposed to pick his mom up to take her somewhere around Ikeja, being accompanied with his son and his brother. So I had to wait for him. Although I'm not a fan of taking trips off the app for the obvious reasons.
I'm right here where you met me yesterday. Yeah. That place where that mechanic is. Inside estate. Okay.
Yeah, so lately I drive mostly with Bolt and InDriver. I'll get to why I combine these two apps. And my mom must work now. I've not had breakfast. So after a few trips, I did about 2 trips that morning, and then I decided to have breakfast. And for the reason why I combine Bolt and InDriver, lately it's not been easy in Lagos. The traffic can be so hectic on some particular days, especially weekdays. So before I pick requests, I definitely want to know where the rider is going, so I don't end up spending 2-3 hours in traffic, and then you know how the fares can be most times without such. So I prefer to pick my trips carefully, be sure where the riders are going, and then when I do not get trips that are going to favorable directions or destinations, I just chill. I drop my seat, relax, do other things, check my phone notifications, you know, do some filming, just like I'm doing currently. I make some videos, to share with you guys. And the key here is patience. You have to be very patient. Pardon me.
My people, I beg, how the work day from our side? Anywhere red from our side, anywhere red for the app. I beg, when I don't want to make my phone they get issue. Everywhere just see white. I don't want that. Even when you do like all those white side, everywhere still white. So I don't want that. I don't get network. I don't buy data, but I still see network. I beg, when I try update me, make I just know. Maybe my app get problem. I beg. I dey wait, I beg. Good morning, house. I greet everybody. I'm here in La Paz. Good morning.
Well, it's the same everywhere in the world. Since the ongoing crisis, even before the crisis going on currently in Europe, in Ukraine, and there have been complaints everywhere in the world of economic downtime, people being laid off work, the price of fuel, the price of food, the price of household commodities, skyrocketing, inflation being on its all-time high, even in the United States. Sometimes I refer to it as the rideshare apocalypse, as almost everywhere in the world trying to stage protests against rideshare applications, due to the current increase in fuel prices. And then apps are not really considering increasing their price. Their price practically remain the same. As the other day, I saw a flyer being shared in Port Harcourt. I saw a flyer shared in Imo State of calling for a protest of rideshare driver to protest against the current price of being too low, and having to call out on ridesharing app to do something about the price to fit the current situations of the economy. Even in the United States, I saw the same flyer calling protests against Uber and Lyft due to the current price of gas. The same thing is happening in Europe, so it's not just here. So I think we just have to adjust, cut down, our daily expenses, cut out any unnecessary spending, try to downsize so you don't end up, going into debt and being bittered, and you having to complain every time, because it's always like that in the world. There will be times where people experience such hardship, economic hardship. You yourself as an individual just have to adjust and adapt. Like I said earlier, that's what makes us human. Adaptation.
Hello. Good morning.
Okay, so recently I enrolled to drive for a new ride-sharing app.
Oh, okay.
I'll get into details of that maybe in another video. So I just got called by the representative, explaining to me everything I need to know about the app.
Yeah. I'm in Lagos. Yeah, I am. Alright.
I'll be approving you now. But kindly note, at the moment, we are yet to be in our Lagos. Though we have few riders in Lagos, we can as well promote the company whose drivers might be more in Lagos.
What did you say?
I said for now, we're in Kaduna, but we have few riders in Lagos,
Yeah.
which we hope very soon more riders will come on board. Because as you can see, our ads are going everywhere on every social media. So we're sorry in case if there are little delay getting riders.
It's okay.
And secondly, for you to get any ride request, you have to top up your account with 1,000 naira, with a minimum of 1,000 naira.
Okay, what would that 1,000 naira be for?
It will be on your wallet. It's for you.
Okay, so you take out your commission from it.
Yes, your commission will be taken from it.
Okay, so what happens when the 1,000 exhausts?
That's why I said minimum of 1,000.
When the 1,000 exhausts, I'll
When
put
the
on.
1,000 exhausts, you have to top again.
Okay. No
Yes.
problem.
Thank you very much for your time. I'll have a wonderful day, sir.
Yeah, you too.
Okay, finally a ride request came in from somewhere around Yaba, going to somewhere around Shomulu. This is quite a short distance trip, but so long the trip, the pickup is not difficult and the destination is not traffic prone area, I fulfill those rides. That's how I gather my small change till the money completes. Yeah, so I eventually arrived to pick up, and the rider kept me waiting. And please, this is the sound of I'm sounding this as an advice to riders out there. Please do not keep your drivers waiting. It's we already wait so much, like waiting for the ride request. So you keeping us waiting, 10, 15 minutes. It's not nice. Although I have a personal rule that I work with. I do not wait more than 10 minutes. Maximum, at that 10 minutes, if you call me just at that 10 minutes, within that 10 minutes, like say, okay, please, can you do maximum, I give you another extra 5 minutes. So 15 minutes is the maximum I wait. Once it's over 15 minutes, I'm out. So eventually I picked up the rider. It was a smooth drive, no issue. Although it wasn't a ride that we had, conversation. Sometimes some riders can be very quiet. After the initial salutation, I notice your countenance. You're not the type that wants to engage me in a discussion. I just keep mute and listen to my radio and drive you all the way to your destination without uttering a word. When you go down, I say bye-bye, have a nice day.
Hello.
I can see you. I'm in front of administrative.
Let let me come out from. I have to clear from the road.
Okay.
Let me come back.
Just close.
I'm just by the administration. I'm inside the administration block, front of the pharmacy department. I'm reversing. Red.
I'll see you.
Okay.
So, Mr. Ali, Mr. Ali, I'll see you.
bí o tẹ̀ jùlọ àjọ jáde abeg. Maoga,
Hold on, sir.
you sure say you never carry me before?
Maybe it's possible. Okay, so I'll start the trip.
Okay, no problem. I'm going to know.
Take the next right.
Where's this place? It's saying 11 minutes faster.
Take the next left, then turn left.
Where this? Okay, so turn left.
Just after descending Third Mainland Bridge, my vehicle started acting up. The RPM, as you can see on the far left, started misbehaving, going up, going down, while I accelerate, it just sometimes it goes off. As you can see, battery light came on, it's gone off, I had to start again. It goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down, which is very abnormal. I was wondering what the problem was. Just recently I changed my fuel pump. So when I got to destination, I scanned the car. No significant error code came up. Although my fuel was a bit down, not the reserve light wasn't on. So I didn't get any error codes. I was like, what's going on? My mind was bothered, I was troubled. So I decided to, take the car to Oyingbo to have it checked. But just before I got to Oyingbo, I decided to buy fuel and everything became normal. Like the car started moving smoothly, although I was already pissed, having car problems when I already had plans to chase the bold bonus. I was pissed. I kept my eye on my dashboard, trying to see if the same problem will come up. But fortunately for me, I went on this trip. This trip was from Lagos Island around Ikoyi all the way to Ikorodu. I got the request on Bolt. The request eventually ended up 5,100. So I had another major challenge while on this same trip. It was crazy, like with the car troubles. So it was a smooth trip all the way from Lagos Island. As you can see, we're already approaching Ikorodu town. And then, lo and behold, just when I got to Ikorodu garage, still about 7.5 kilometers away from my drop-off, my vehicle temperature just started rising. As you can see, the temperature gauge, it's supposed to be below the middle line, slightly below the middle line, but it just kept on going up and up. Yeah, so I turned off the AC. At this time, it's already noon. It's already past noon. The time as at this time was about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. But I turned off the AC. The temperature returns back to normal. I was able to drive the car to my drop off. Thank God I had very understanding riders. They didn't complain about me. I explained to them that please, my vehicle is overheating, and for us to get to our destination, I may have to turn off the AC so I don't end up blowing up my head gasket. So this overheating problem has been coming on and off. I dealt with it some time ago. It went away. I replaced radiator and it went away, but now it's coming back and it's really troubling me. I experienced this some time ago, and I was advised to buy a radiator cap. That's recently. I bought radiator cap, it happened. I bought another radiator cap, it happened. This is the third radiator cap I'm buying, and I'm still having the same problem. And what I notice is it usually happens when I've been on the road for a while, and then when the sun comes out, that's why I change my routine to going out very early in the morning, so I can make some little change and come back home before the day gets very hot. So what I do when it happens is I switch off my AC if I'm on the road driving with a passenger. Even without a passenger, I switch off my AC, and always I move to the service lane most of the time, just in case switching off the AC does not work. I move to so I can easily turn off the road, as in go off the road in case the overheating persists. This is just to avoid more damage. So, but I've been advised to add another fan to the current fan in the radiator cooling system. Somebody that uses the same car, which will experience the same thing, advised me I do that. I will do that though. We'll share the story, the progress on the second channel that is dedicated to car maintenance and car troubles, which is Car Palava Fix. You can check that channel out. I'll leave the link in the description of this video, so you can subscribe to that channel. We currently do not have enough subscribers on the channel, but it's growing little by little. So by the time it hits a particular number, I'll get more encouraged to post videos as regard my car troubles. So you can please go and subscribe to that channel. So luckily for me, I found a very good spot to stay after dropping off the riders at Ikorodu. I stayed under a tree, chill, waited for the engine to cool, relax, no hurry. I was just relaxing, because I already made up my mind that once the engine cool off totally, I would drive home, because home is not too far from where I was. So I had to wait. Like I said, the key is patience. You have to be patient in this driving job. If I've not driven other cars, if I've not driven the Nissan, if I've not driven the Mercedes, if I've not driven the Toyota, I would just say and conclude that Honda is a very problematic car. But unfortunately, or should I say fortunately, every car is prone to having problem. Every car can come up and disappoint you at any time. So you just have to know what to do when such situation comes up. So eventually the temperature of the engine got to almost minimum, but from what I checked, it was okay, just slightly below the lowest point, which is safe to drive home. So I started my car and I drove home. So how much did I make for the full day? Let's go through my dashboard. Well, not full day per se, but I drove at least I was about, let's say, 6 hours on the road. So on the Bolt app, I did 5,000 plus, which is take home. I did about 7K, but minus commission.
Mentors don't tell me I go find work. They say by driving not go pay. I'm on a very long trip, all the way from Diamond Station, go to Edo, down to